Nice to see everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
And it's beautiful to hear all of your artistic inclinations, hobbies, and what comes out through expression, through art. Yeah, actually, Divyanki is one of our temple artists, as well as Janaki, and actually Sevika, her name also means one who does service, or so to do service means to do so many variety of things. So Sevika is also an artist in Krishna consciousness, and firstly I wanted to say that this is my first time speaking, and I want to thank you all for being here and for giving me this chance to open up and to connect and to try my best to share something beneficial. Thank you.
You know, he's a tall guy.
Yeah. I want to thank you all for your support. So Vedic Arts. What is Vedic Arts? So Vedic Arts is basically arts that are connected to the Vedas. And when we do arts that are connected to the Vedas, it's something very special. Special because it's connected to God. And when we perform our activities connected to God or Krishna, then that activity becomes purified. And so this is the fulfillment of our life, is to whatever we do in our day-to-day life, we offer it to God as, or Krishna, as as an offering to also bless us, that we continue to grow and that actually we become purified. So, as a Vedic arts teacher, I teach mrdanga, harmonium, and odissi dance. And through learning these, it gives me much fulfillment, and also like I see this also as my life's work to share these Vedic arts, because it's such a medium for especially the youth coming up. It's such a medium to live, to be in the material world, as well as to be connected to spiritual activities. Actually, variety is the mother of enjoyment. So I also wanted to share that Krishna, I'm sure you've heard from the other classes, that Krishna is full of divine qualities, unlimited qualities. And there's this phrase in the sastras, Achintya Veda, Veda Tattva, means one and different. So Krishna is one and different. And because we're all part and parcel of Krishna, or God, that also makes us one and different. So we all have different things that we like to do, and we're all different people, but at the same time we're all connected. Why? Because we're all part of God. We all have a soul, and that soul is Paramatma. Or in Christianity, they also acknowledge the soul. So Krishna is full of divine qualities, and he does many activities. And I would like to read you a few of the activities. Actually, Krishna, in the sastras, it tells us that he does 64 arts. So, actually, art is a very big part of Krishna consciousness. I see bhakti as art. Actually, if you think about it, everything we do in life is art. Whether we're a mathematician, it's also art when you're writing everything down. When you're cooking, when you're cleaning, organizing. I love to organize, so I also see organization as an art. What else? So many things. And so a few arts that I wanted to read you, which is very sweet. I won't do, well, okay, we'll see. I may read all 64, but we'll see how it goes down. So, these are called the 64 kinds of skills called Chatu Shashti. First one is called Gita Vidya, singing, playing musical instruments, dancing, theatricals, painting the body, the face and the body with color, decorating the floor with, in India, you'll see a big art, it's called rangoli. And so you're painting on the floor either with flowers, with rice, or with powder. So it's also very auspicious. Playing on music in water. So even when you're in the water, you can create music. Practically dressing, practical applications of aromatics. Setting the ornaments, juggling. Preparing varieties of delicious food. Needleworks and weaving. Practicing language. Enacting short plays. Designing, spinning by spindle. I guess that's when you create thread, the spinning wheel. Carpentry, architecture, testing silver and jewels. So in India, when the ladies, they go to the market, they'll go to the shop and the shopkeeper will give, jewelry. And the ladies will go, oh, is this good quality? Yes or no? they'll check and they'll speak to each other and all of this in front of the shopkeeper, to make him a little bit nervous. So yeah, it's an art how to know if this is real. Practicing medicine and medical treatment by herbs, and maintaining or knowing conversation between male and female cockatoos. Healing or cleaning a person with perfumes. So that's like aromatherapy almost. Talking with fingers. So actually why I'm sharing all of this is because I also want to share that this is also a way of life. And Vedically, the way of life is very simple, and it's also kind of going back to basics. And all of these activities are actually very fulfilling to the heart. Like nowadays, there's so many stories of people leaving like the corporate world and basics like buying land, farming, buying a cow, and because these activities are very auspicious, and they bring happiness to the soul, and actually Krishna consciousness is so amazing because it's also a way of going back to basics, but in a practical way. There's also the side of use whatever situation you're in, you can also use that as an offering for Krishna. But yes, going back to basics, these activities are very auspicious, and when we perform these activities, it's also not only benefiting us, but also benefiting everyone around us. And nowadays, in the real world, everyone is going after me, myself, and I. And it doesn't matter about how you do it, how you get it. You don't care about anyone else around you. But these activities, it's also bringing people together. So it's going back to the basics is bringing auspiciousness, and it's also coming back to a way of life that's very loving and together. And so yes, variety is the mother of all enjoyment. So one may ask, okay, I'm not doing, I'm not specifically doing a Vedic art. Maybe I'm not learning traditionally, like a Vedic activity. Or, for example, I may be doing skateboarding, a professional skateboarder, or a figure skater, or I'm a professional in this activity. Like how can I also that's kind of contradicting everything I'm saying. But what's beautiful about Krishna consciousness is that that yes, these Vedic arts are there, and like someone may have like a preference, right? Like a mother would maybe prefer, like if the child is cooking for the mother, the child, whatever is coming, or they may be following a recipe or whatever they're inspired to do, they may be cooking, but it's offered with so much love that even though maybe the mother may not prefer this maybe this was not so good for her body, or she may not, maybe she's on a diet, or maybe she's allergic to something, or something she may not prefer, but because she saw that the child is cooking with so much love and that she really wanted to serve the mother. So how can the mother say no? Like, oh, I'm not going to eat this because I'm on a diet. It's offered with so much love that the mother has to eat it. So in the same way, Krishna has a preference that yes, I like these Vedic arts because it's promoting goodness, it's promoting togetherness, it's promoting all auspiciousness, and it's promoting higher consciousness. Like I was just seeing a few things online. Nowadays, like in the hip hop culture, people also why I just connect these like dancing and these arts in general so much to Krishna consciousness because or for me it just makes so much sense because what do people do when they're working all week and then on Friday they're like, woo, let's go party or let's let loose or watch a movie. This is all art. They're going to watch cinema's art. Like somebody thought about the whole story and made the pictures and put it all together. This is art. And then to go watch a show or to go to a concert, I mean, someone is singing. It's an art, and people are dancing. So for me, it just makes so much sense because in Krishna consciousness, we're singing and dancing. But this is the real singing and dancing. This is the singing and dancing that's actually spiritual. That actually gives liberation and higher consciousness. And this is how the revolution of Krishna consciousness started. Was the devotees chanting and dancing in the streets. This is how the movement started. Prabhupada, he came to the West with nothing. He came with, I don't know. Do you know how many rupees he came with?
I know that it was about 40 rupees or something.
40 rupees, really?
Is it? It's like equal to like $2 in American money.
So he's an old man. He's just coming to the U.S. by boat. He was 74, right?
Cargo.
Came by a cargo boat. It wasn't even like a proper boat. He came by a cargo boat, and old man, and he's coming all the way from India, like hot tropical India, and he's coming to the middle of winter. And he came to New York in the middle of winter, and he struggled so much. And how do you make it? How did he start? He went to the middle of to Tompkins Square Park. I'm sure we all know the park. And he just started chanting. And through chanting, through this sound vibration, people started coming. And also in the sastras, it explains that actually creation was started through sound. Om. And it's so interesting for me to put all these pieces together, like art, Krishna consciousness, how creation started, but everything. You can say everything starts from sound. And actually in India you learn that that first comes music, then dance, or first is knowledge, music, and dance. So knowledge is very important because you need to know properly how it is to be done. And then you cannot dance without music. So music comes before dance, and so that's also why when we listen, there's a difference between listening to something very, that kind of brings the consciousness low, and something that's very innocent or sweet. Or just mode of goodness. So in this way, sound creates consciousness, and So that's also why chanting the small mantra, it's such a simple way, and such it's like such a valuable gift. It's like something like you can't even comprehend how special it is, because we've been given something so simple to become liberated from all of our all of our karmic reactions. Otherwise, I mean, I was just thinking or realizing how this web of karma, and how actually when you think about it, it's quite daunting, quite scary. Like how do I get out? But through chanting, through the sound vibration, it's such a it's such a saving grace. And so these Vedic arts are also saving grace, because yes, chanting is there, and doing like, for example, when you live as a monk at the temple, you have duties. You have what's called sadhana, and sadhana means your basically your daily activity as a monk. And for example, we chant in the morning, we go to Mangalarti, we wake up at 4:30, and we have different spiritual activities all the way till 9 o'clock. And then when you live at the temple, actually all day, all day is spiritual activity. But yes, so these Vedic arts are also saving grace, because it's not just all theoretical. It's also so important to move the body, to express through your voice, to use your hands. It's also important. And so that's why it's not just sitting and meditating. It's also it's being practical and using this body. And so for someone who likes to dance and to do or like to do physical activity, it's not like, okay, you can't do that because it's not spiritual, or it's not you wouldn't see it as like if you think of a monk all day sitting and chanting, you wouldn't think that dance is part of like spirituality. But so for me, this is a saving grace, because I get to use all of my energy in spirituality. So I also wanted to share a few quotes. So the first one: civilization is static unless there is spiritual movement. The soul moves the body, and the living body moves the world. We are concerned about the body, but we have no knowledge of the spirit that is moving that body. So these Vedic arts is also a saving grace, because you're not only like using the body in a mundane way, but you're also in tune with the soul, because it's a spiritual activity. The human body is an excellent vehicle by which we can reach eternal life. And this is a quote from Maharishi. Indian classical dance blends the elements of music, movement, poetry, and expression in a complete system of embodied knowledge. So, Odissi dance, the dance that I was learning in India. I was in India for 3 years learning this dance, and actually the costume and jewelry that you see now that I'm wearing, this is a traditional Odissi outfit. So actually everything is very scientific, from the jewelry to the makeup to the costume. This costume is made with is a traditionally sewn weaved sari from Orissa. So they're also using their own cloth, and if you see the monks, they wear the cloth around the body. So this is called a dhoti, and for Indian classical dance, they also wear it in the dhoti style because you can kind of move easier. And actually, when you see when you dress up or when you see this type of dance, it's very pleasing because it's not just dancing, but you are expressing a story about God's pastimes. So in this way your dance becomes purified because the consciousness is thinking about Krishna. And like I was saying, that Krishna is full of divine qualities and is always performing many different pastimes. And in that way, we're also in meditation through dancing. Is that when you're dancing, you're thinking of his activity. And so there's a deeper fulfillment because your mind is concentrated on not the body, but using the body and speaking or dancing about Krishna. And actually, the ladies in India, I don't have it on now, but like if you look up any Indian classical dance on YouTube, you'll see that the ladies, they have the red paint on the hands and the feet. And this is also very auspicious. The red color is a sign of chastity, and it's also very auspicious. So also in India, you'll see the ladies, like always, they have the red paint on their hands. So yes, it's not only spiritual, but also it's a way of life, and it's also a culture, and all of this put together, it's very like I feel like I've been given so much in Krishna consciousness, and there's unlimited expressions because Krishna performs unlimited pastimes. So it's never boring, and it's also about absorption. How much you're absorbed in his pastimes, that's what's gonna come out. And I want to stop for now and ask if anyone has any questions or comments or anything that you would like to add. Yes.
I have a comment. So it's like, I liked your point about how arts and expression is kind of like going back to the simplistic style of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, humans are kind of primal, right? And then we're going back, and the way you express that and the most you can relate with yourself is through self-expression.
Mm-hmm.
And in modern day society, everybody's so caught up in this rat race, as people know, where you go to school, you go to work, you do all this, that you forget to express yourself. So
Yeah.
and I think arts is probably the closest thing where one can express themselves to how they truly are.
Yeah.
And then when you direct that energy towards Krishna, like you said,
Yes.
it's more of a more fulfilling reason, I feel like. And that was like a little connection that I felt, because
Yeah.
everything is so rigid in structure, but then
Yes.
the only time that you're truly letting go is when you're doing something from within, as in like expressing yourself.
Yes.
So that was like a little comment that I had.
Thank you. I'm also learning to let go and to really express through dance. And actually, Krishna is my mrdanga student, so I know that also one of his artistic hobbies is to use his arms and hands for mrdanga. So it's very nice. Thank you.
Meditation as an art, since I've meditated and I've started like very simple type meditations, and then throughout the years it's like I build more on it, and I see that it is like an art. You can actually put your body, like I'll wake up and right away start the meditation, and then it'll go from lying down to sitting up, and then into the japa.
Yeah.
It kind of sets me up for the japa so that I could benefit from what I'm going to do during the day.
Yes.
But it's really an art, because I remember how simple it was at the beginning. It was just be still, and
Yeah.
then after that
Yeah.
became more than just be still. There's such a purposeful activity going on throughout the spine and through the head and through the whole body.
Yeah.
You know, it's very active.
Within.
It's very
And outward.
active in an inside way.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, there's a book on chanting, and it speaks about how first you set your intention with your body, and then from the body, then you set your mind, and then you go to the heart. So when you connect all three, then you get experience. So yeah, thank you. Yes.
I was just thinking that even Krishna, like the name Krishna, it means all attractive. So Krishna, even though he has all these unlimited things about him, these qualities, these pastimes and things that he's doing, the essence of it all, it boils down to this beauty that is so attractive and that we love and that is so connected to us. And I feel like anybody, it doesn't matter actually if you're spiritual or not, but you can relate to that when you feel connected to something very beautiful or someone very beautiful, and it might not be any external thing, but this internal connection, this beauty. And so, yeah, I think that we might be going over time.
Yes.
Does anybody have any last things?
I think it's my great punya to be here in this class specifically today, because coming from a background of Saki Sampradaya, you, as Baiji was saying here, our life is not structured in daily activities. We just do it, but we do it with art. And similarly, the gopis of Vrindavan who dance for Krishna every single day in the various temples throughout Braj, they don't do it in a structured way. They do it out of bhav, out of prema, out of complete bliss for Krishna, having this pastime, as you say, connection of already doing it in Ras Leela with him in the past.
Yeah.
So, being that you said structured, we can see classical art, Vedic art, as structured as what we see in our sadhana, in the mandirs. There's a certain structure of doing the arati, Mangal arati, Rajbhog arati, Sandhya arati. And in this same way, the Vedic art is a very how to say, this is the philosophy of the art form.
Yeah.
Just as the sadhana has its own philosophy in following certain rules, whereas when we're home, our sadhana might just be out of praying, however we feel to do arati in that respect, in that regards, but not as structured as what we see in the temple.
Yeah.
So speaking and seeing it in this way for me is also like we have this opportunity to also, in the same way we can rise in our sadhana and learn the, how to say, structured way of doing puja or doing arti, we can also learn art form in a certain structured way that it completes and brings more essence to pleasing Krishna.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when it's with unalloyed love, then the structure is
It just falls into like a puzzle piece.
Yes. And I also want to lastly share that even though I'm a dancer, part of my art is dance. Like I forget, I don't know your name. Yes. Raj. Rak. Rak was saying that one art that he likes to do is the art of giving, and also I forgot your name.
Ryan?
Ryan! Ryan, you were saying that you love poetry and
That was Carmen.
what did you
I
say?
don't remember saying it, but I do.
Storytelling.
Storytelling, okay.
Actually.
So actually, all of this is art, and all of it can be used in Krishna's service. So it's also, even though I'm dressed up and my art is dancing, also everything that you guys, that you're inclined to do or that you love or hobby that you like to do can also be used. And so yeah, just wanted to share that. Thank you.
If we could all just give Prema a big round of applause.
I thought I was going to see her dance.
Well, we do have a special treat for you all. And just one more round of applause. Prema, this is your first time speaking. And she has put on something very special for you guys. So if you'll just sit tight.
Lord, the sun's effulgence hide your face. Your blissful form lies far beyond my eyes. And now your wonders call my heart's embrace. As dawn displays your beauty in the sky. The rainbow shows the colors of your dress. Movements of the moon reflect your mind. Your smiling is the cause of happiness. Love exists because you are so kind. Oh,